Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Skidmark. Tonight's show we have And the cog takes a dinky jester around our track. And I wear a pink shirt. As well as that, we will also put somebody around our track in a reasonably priced car. But first, this is the Benefactor Serrano, and we're about to take it for a test drive. So here we are in Rockford Hills, somewhere where I thought this car would fit in. Let's go and have us a little run in this car. Let's talk about the car. V12, top speed, probably somewhere around 140. Always try not to cut that felon up. Don't worry though, it can take this sort of slight beating. Good all-round four-wheel drive system, which means it could be good for off-road, as well as just this general city life. Pick up a little bit of speed while we... Oh. We'll just edit that bit out. And Serrano, if you're looking for a good four-wheel drive car, this has got to be one of the top choices in the SUV class, as it mounts the pavement beautifully as well. Since it picks up speed, it picks up the speed pretty well, but again it's not that fast, and again it's an SUV, so take what you can from it. Let's open her up on the freeway. Just the sound from that V12. I love it as it just hums. You know, from the coquette, I cannot resist a good tunnel. So where to begin with this? Comparison to the other SUVs in its class. Fairly cheap at $60,000. Makes it $30,000 cheaper than your bog standard Bowler. Personally, I quite like this car. As well as good brakes. Let's see now. And there's one thing you really should not do on a freeway. You know, around good SUV, definitely worth buying. So that was a test drive of the Benefactor Serrano, a good cheap SUV. But I'm just curious, how fast can it go around our track? Which means handing it over to our tame racing driver. Some say the outline of his left nipple is exactly the same shape as the Redwood Lights track, and he once had an affair with Sue Murray. All we know is he's called the Cog. So we go the Cog on the start line. And Serrano, it rained a little earlier today. I don't think that will affect the SUV too much. Comes to the first two corners. To the chicane. To the tough double left. Into Cog vision through the follow through. On the run now to Anton Deck. Through Ant, entering Deck. Go out of the hairpin. Long left-hander. And the run down to the far left. The grip from that SUV. You know, they can take it flat. Up to the final chicane now. And across the line. So the Benefactor Serrano did our track in 1 minute 32.7, which puts it at the bottom of our leaderboard. Maybe it'll get a little lift. We put some more cars around. But now it's time for a new segment where we put a subscriber in our reasonably priced car. And here it is, the Declasia C. Reasonably priced at $12,000. Take it for a little test drive so you can see what it can do. Well, not exactly quick front wheel drive. You can see extremely stable. Would be a very good, reasonably priced car. A little bit of a drift. So now that we've had a little look at the capabilities of the Declasia C, we'll put someone around our track in it. And our first victim is actually quite a good friend of mine. Finished second in that awful rally that we did. Yeah, we're putting Lauren around our track in the Declasia C. So Lauren did it in 1 minute 35.3. To mark that down as wet, 'cause it was quite wet out there. But anyway, moving on. Who wanted a good price sports car? Well, we have the answer to all of your questions on that. Many people say, where can I get a good sports car? Decent mid-range, good speed, and excellent handling. I say look no further than a Dinker Jester. And here it is. Dinker's answer to the Debauching Mascaro. The Dinker Jester. Good all-wheel drive system. V8 engine. Top speed 180 miles an hour. As you can see, it's very quick. If I slow this down, take off, my God, it goes like a stabbed rat. So let's talk numbers. 420 horsepower. 4-wheel drive. We'll just edit that out. But all that for a price of $240,000. So 4-wheel drive makes it very good off-road, as we'll demonstrate. How it rides over that grass. Full drift. Absolutely beautiful to drive. Now, would I say this car is worth buying over a Mascaro? Well, that'll come down to personal choice. But personally, it's off-road capabilities as well. I would say definitely a yes from me. There we go, the cog sat on our start line in the Jester. Just see what he can do with this car. Nice and neat for the first two corners. Dab the brakes for turn 3. Full view of cog vision. Through the double left, out to the follow through. It's nice and neat. Down to Anton deck. 100 miles an hour in the car. Four-wheel drive. Some favours, meaning it can carry a lot more speed through these corners. We're going the good launch, coming through the far left. To the final corner, up to the quick. Barely notice it chicane, and across the line. So the Jester did it in 1 minute 18 dead. Made me a little bit curious. How does it compare to its competition, the Massacro? Well, we decided to phone Dubachi and they sent us one out. So we stuck the cog in it and sent it round our track. So the cog ready. And the Mascaro getting off the line nicely. Had to lift off for turn 2. That surprising. Into cog vision. Now it does do a double left, a little brush on the wall. Dubaxi might not be happy about that. Camera barely a scratch though. Through ant entering deck. Pull the hairpin nice and tight on the exit. Fast through there. And up to the far left. To the fast left and now through the final chicane. And across the line. So, the Massacro did it in 1 minute 18.6. So not only is the Jester better looking, cheaper by $35,000, it's also faster than its more expensive competition. And on that pipe bomb, we end tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Just the sound from that V12. I love it as it just hums. You know, from the Coquette. I cannot resist a good tunnel.